Hello and welcome everyone to your social class. Today we have reached to the concluding part of chapter 1 of civics class 10th, power sharing. In this chapter we have learned the importance of power sharing in a democracy, and from last two videos we have been learning about the various forms of power sharing, and we have known the horizontal distribution of power sharing first, which is done among the three organs of the government in a democracy, namely legislature, executive and judiciary, and they share the same amount of power. Then in the second type of power sharing, we have known about vertical power sharing, which is done among various levels of government, namely central and state in most of the democracies of the world. In India, now the third level is also included in the vertical power sharing, named local self-government, through the 73rd and 74th Amendment of the Constitution in 1992. Now, on city level, there is a municipality, and at village level, there is a panchayat who share the powers in the government. In this part of the chapter, we are going to learn the third and fourth kind of power sharing arrangements. The third kind of power sharing arrangement is power shared among different social groups, which is also known as community government, as we have seen through the example of Belgium, where third level is also created for power sharing, which was known as community government. And mainly the community government is made to save and procure the rights of religious groups and linguistic groups, but power is shared among other social groups also, who are mainly the weaker sections of the society or minorities like SC, ST, OBC in India. Now we will go through the detail of this kind of power sharing arrangement. Power shared among different social groups. Power may also be shared among different social groups, such as the religious and linguistic groups. Community government in Belgium is a good example of this kind of arrangement. In some countries, there are constitutional and legal arrangements whereby socially weaker sections and women are represented in the legislatures and administration. For example, SC, ST, OBC or women reservation in India. The system of reserved constituencies in assemblies and the parliament of our country is an example of representation and participation of the weaker sections of the society in legislatures and administration. In this, according to the constitution, there are some reserved constituencies which are reserved only for the weaker sections of the society like SC, ST, OBC, and this is how they can take part in the governmental procedure of parliament and legislature assemblies, and they are given equal rights and opportunities to share the powers of the government. This type of arrangement is meant to give space in the government and administration to diverse social groups, different social groups, who otherwise would feel alienated from the government. If they were not given the powers to represent in parliament or assemblies, they would feel separated from the mainstream society. So to include them in the mainstream society and to give them equal opportunities, they are given representation and power sharing in the administration of government. This method is used to give minority communities a fair share in power. So now we have learned how power is shared among different social groups. Now we are coming to the last kind of form of power sharing, that is power sharing arrangement among political parties, pressure groups and movements. Sometimes political parties, when together form a government, it is also known as coalition government. So this is a very important kind of power sharing arrangement which is done in a democracy. Here through the flowchart we can see how power is shared in social movements or pressure groups generally are same, and the political parties, first we will talk about political parties, how power is shared among them. It is generally done when in an election any party fails to win the majority vote then two or more parties can together form a government and make a coalition government. This is how they share the powers and take decisions for the country. And social movements and pressure groups sometimes do not directly participate in the decision making of the government, but somehow they pressurize the government to change its policies or decisions. They are generally of various groups of the society. They can be businessmen, industrialists, farmers, workers, etc. They are also known as interest groups also, as they fight for a particular interest of the country or of their society or of their organization. Now we will go through the detail of this fourth kind of power sharing arrangement. Power sharing arrangements can also be seen in the way political parties, pressure groups and movements control or influence those in power. So sometimes they control through political parties, they can control directly the governmental actions, and through pressure groups and movements they influence the decision making of the government. They directly don't participate. In a democracy, the citizens must have freedom to choose among various contenders for power, and this is the power of democracy, where citizens have right to choose among various contenders whom they want to give the representation in the parliament for rule for the people. If in contemporary democracies, in modern democracies, this takes the form of competition among different political parties. So this is a fair kind of competition which is done among different political parties to have a share in power, and this is how it is easy for the citizens to choose the better contender to run the government. Such competition ensures that power does not remain in one hand. So everybody can share the power equally through this kind of competition, and they can contend to get the representation in the government. In the long run, power is shared among different political parties that represent different ideologies and social groups. This line means sometimes when any single political party fails to gain the majority vote to form a government in the country, two or three or more parties come together to form a government. They may belong to different ideologies or they may belong to different social groups, but they come together to share the power of the government to run the country. Sometimes this kind of sharing can be direct when two or more parties form an alliance to contest elections also. If their alliance is elected, they form a coalition government and thus share power. In a democracy, we find interest groups or pressure groups or social movements such as those of traders, businessmen, industrialists, farmers and industrial workers. They also will have a share in governmental power, either through participation in governmental committees or bringing influence on the decision making process of the government. This is all for this chapter. I hope you have understood the whole chapter. Just go through the text again to understand it properly and do your revision time and again to understand this chapter in a better way. Thank you for listening.